happened. Yeah, I feel like it has. Well, it hasn't happened since December 6th of 2020, but the Colorado Buffs are nationally ranked yet again.
Yeah, today the AP Top 25 came out. The Buffs jumped to number 22, continuing all of the national recognition they've gotten. It was actually well before they beat TCU with all the noise that came with Coach Prime. But then when that win was posted on the board, that impressive win, all of a sudden they've jumped into everyone's favorite column. Ariel Arsuto was in Boulder this morning before the poll was announced. The excitement just continues to grow in a variety of ways up there.
Yeah, and I think actually, like you said, I mean, the excitement was there all along, but now it's just everywhere. And I think kind of one of the most interesting parts was actually being there while the polls were starting to roll out. I was in the room with Coach Prime when the coaches poll was released, where they were voted 25th. And then he was pleased with that, even asking the last time the team was ranked. But then it all came back to game prep for him. They're focused only on one thing this week, and that's winning. The Nebraska rivalry is really just a bonus and something to keep them motivated throughout the week. But this group is riding a high from this past Saturday and is ready to prove this isn't just a fluke. In fact, Coach Prime doesn't even really care about the rankings.
I don't care what no one says about where we should be ranked. I don't care about no ranking. I care about how we practice tomorrow. That's what I'm caring about right now. That ranking don't have a record, does it? Ranking don't have a record. Thank you.
We also heard from Shedeur Sanders today, who felt like there were a lot of mistakes and points left on the table, and they have the potential to be even more potent this weekend, if you could believe that.
Shedeur heard from another quarterback, I was told, after the game.
Yeah, so he actually has a pretty long-standing relationship with Tom Brady, through his dad, of course. And so that's been a relationship that they've kind of developed and has gotten even more. And so after the game, Tom Brady reached out, texted him, and said, don't be satisfied.
More, keep coming. I don't think many people are worried about that offense not being able to keep its stride. They look like they're loaded on offense.
They do.
The question might be on defense.
Yeah, and he addressed that today. So I think we were all kind of worried about that defense, right? Because, that defensive line, they built from the outside in instead of the inside out. He addressed that today. He said that he believes that Coach Kelly actually came up with a really good game plan. It was the players and the linebackers that didn't live up to that potential. They never got a single pressure, a single sack on the quarterback. He actually put it back on the players.
But the last play that TCU ran, there was pressure on the quarterback.
That was the important part. That was the crucial time where they finally got the pressure, right? They needed it there. But he said that Coach Kelly had the perfect game plan. His players just didn't execute. So if they have the game plan and the players want to execute, boy, I mean, things can really come together.
Winning combination.
Well, Saturday is Nebraska, home opener, Coach Prime. I mean, this is going to be some Saturday up in Boulder. It's
going to be really, I hope it lives up to what we're hyping it up to be, because I mean, every time CU and Nebraska play, it's just an incredible event. One of my first games I covered, it was probably the second game I imagined, back in 2019, my first year here, was the last time Nebraska was here back in 2019. That game went to overtime, multiple overtimes, and CU won in an extra field goal. It's incredible. The fans, they all stormed the field. Yeah. It was a great moment. And that was just back there in 2019. Now I can only imagine what it's going to feel like now, as long as there's not a whole lot of red in the stands.
Well, they already bought their tickets, so I think they're going
to be there.
Yeah, they'll be there. We'll see how happy they are at the end, and we'll watch Ralphie run and all that. It's going to be a great Saturday.
It's going to be a great weekend.
All right, we'll talk to you more about it coming up at 5 o'clock.